Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Back with another video. This time is Legacy Elita-1. This is an older figure. I believe this was released way back in the latter part of 2022. So about a 2-year-old figure, and originally retailed for around $25 here in the US. I think nowadays you could probably find this for around $15 on sale. It's a decent figure. It's not too bad, but anyway, let me do a video here on it. So obviously she's already out of the package here, so you got your Legacy packaging, Elita-1, and of course in the back you've got the figure itself with the vehicle mode. Now, what do you get here with Elita-1? You get two guns here, molded in clear plastic, and they're pretty well done. Again, nothing too crazy. There's some nice detail here. They have the ports so she can hold the guns in her hands, and these can also be held in her vehicle mode. She's got different ports everywhere. So for example, you got a port here, back here, on the legs. So that's really cool. I guess if you wanted to mount these weapons in different places, you can. So you do get two of these, as I said. The other part of the figure that comes in separately, I don't know if I would call it an accessory, is this little pink part here that I've attached to the peg hole on this clear plastic. So this little pink part is essentially the top of her head. Again, this being based on the G1 figure. When she transformed into her vehicle mode, the head essentially kind of peeked out, or at least the top peeked out from the top. So that's what this is. So it comes in separate, and you can attach it here. That's what I chose to do, or you can choose not to put it on at all. But again, not so much of an accessory, just an extra piece that you get with Elita-1 here. Now onto the figure itself. I will say I do definitely love the colors. Again, very reminiscent for me of the G1 Elita from the cartoons that I'm used to. So definitely you got the red, the pink going on. My favorite part of it is the head here. I think that's done really well in my opinion. Love the yellow detailing there, the little light, I'm gonna call it, and the little antenna sticking out. Definitely very Elita-1. And then the pink's done really well. And then again, you've got the red, the white, you know, different colors here that'll complement each other really well. So I would say the paint applications on her are really good. And then of course you got the Autobot insignia here on the chest. Looking back here, she does have a bit of a backpack. Again, this is just the whole top portion of the car and the front as well. So she is a little back heavy, and she can stand. You just have to sort of play around with her a little, lean her perhaps a little bit forward to avoid her having going all the way back. But she does have a good look here. Articulation wise, just like many Transformers, you know, she can move her upper elbow. She's got elbow here, shoulder, sorry. You got bicep joint there, so you can move the hands, do rotate in place here. And that's about the extent for the arms, but you can get them in some good poses. The backpack here will get in the way, so just something to keep in mind. The head can fully rotate, so you can fully rotate it all the way around. Can't really look up and down, which is just about the same for old Transformer figures nowadays. They can't really look up and down too much. The waist articulation, you can fully rotate it. She can kick forward, can kick back, and she can split just about that much. And the knee got about 90 degree here. And the ankle articulation, you can undo this as part of the transformation. So she can have extreme ankle articulation, but it's a bit loose. It kind of does lock in place if you wanted to. There's some little detents there that you can do some fine adjustments there, but once you go past a certain point, it just kind of becomes loose. But there is articulation there, and that's about the extent of it. But you can, I think, get her in some nice poses there. The backpack being the one thing that will get in the way, that you'll have to play around with. You can move these two top portions, essentially rotate them down so they can be out of the way, but then it kind of makes her backpack more pronounced than it already is. So if I had to nitpick the figure here, I would say is just probably the design on the lower legs here. I really wish it would have went down for a more slimmer look. So for example, I have RC here from Studio Series. So I would have preferred if it went perhaps with a design that's closer to RC's legs here, just to emulate more of the G1 look. In my opinion, the figure itself doesn't look bad. I think it's a great looking figure. As far as transformation, nothing too complicated. So I'll go over that right now. So essentially you want to take these hands here and rotate them so that they're facing this way. And then you also want to then rotate the fist so that it's facing like that. So then same thing here, we're going to take that, take this fist so that you're sitting like so. Next thing would be to then take this whole backpack and you're going to swing it up and then take this whole backpack here, just take this, rotate it out, take the waist while you're at it, and just the legs will face all the way back like so. And then here we're going to rotate these panels. They're a little bit of a hinge here, so you're going to rotate them down and they're going to attach here to the front like so. Same thing here, you're going to take that and just attach it here to the front, and then you'll have the car section done like so, and then just swing that in. Then you're going to make sure just that this is up all the way like that. The one thing to do here is these arms, just make sure that they're kind of like this, because there is a tab here on this section that's going to get tabbed into there. So you're going to tab that in, and it's also going to tab into this red clear plastic here. So same thing here, you're going to take this arm, tab that in there, and then take this, tab it into the clear plastic here. So then you're left with something like this. Next thing to do would be, there's panels here on the legs. I don't know if you can see them, but just rotate them up like so. Same thing here, rotate this up all the way. And then that will then allow you to take the the legs and rotate them in. And there's a couple of places where this tabs in. So one being up here and another one here. So you're just gonna take that and tab it in place like so. Same thing here, you're going to take that, tab it in here, and make sure everything tabs in. And the last thing to do is take the feet essentially and turn it, just fold them all the way in. These are really loose on mine, but they kind of just sit like that. And that is the extent of it. That's the transformation. Again, not too faithful to the G1. You can see some details from the G1 cartoon, obviously the color, and the front of it kind of does remind me a lot of the G1 model, but the back, it's kind of a whole different take, which I don't mind. Again, these are you know, modernized takes, I guess, on those G1 figures. So, and the vehicle mode itself is pretty good. I'm not oftentimes too crazy about clear plastic, but I think in this case it kind of works out. So nothing too bad, but you can see the pink, the red. Here is the little head accessory that I mentioned earlier that gets attached. It kind of sits right there, very reminiscent of what we were shown in G1. Here's the side. Here is the back again. And here in the bottom, this is essentially what she looks like. So a bit of a, I guess we might call it shell former, because she kind of just sits there with a shell just resting on top of her. But I think the mode itself is pretty cool, and it does roll in place really well. You can of course then take her guns and attach them in a variety of ways. So you can take that, attach it here, and take the other one, attach it here. If you wanted to, you could also do it here on the front. There's ports on this thing, which I appreciate. You could also then take this top part too if you wanted to, and attach the guns there, so you're left with something like that. So that's really cool, again, that these legacy figures had all these additional ports to allow you to mount the guns in different ways. But yeah, but that's the extent of your vehicle mode. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do some comparisons here. So that's Elita-1. Here we have her. next to RC. This is the Studio Series 86, but I think she was also released in Kingdom, I want to say. So it's virtually just about the same figure. And then here's the this was Buzzworthy Bumblebee, but Studio Series 86 cup from that movie. Again, cool little design there, so get those out. Here she is next to Blur. This is the Studio Series 86 Blur. And Legacy, I believe this was Legacy twin cast here. He is a little bigger, so we'll move the camera back just a tad so you guys can see the size difference. All right, cool. Next, had Decepticon here, so why not Starscream? It's always cool to have him be part of the party here. So there you go. You can see this is Earthrise Starscream. So we'll move him out of the way. Next we have Alpha Trion. That's the Alpha Trion that was part of the Hero is Born 2-pack that came with Orion packs. And speaking of Orion packs, of course, gotta have Orion here. This is the same figure that came with Alpha Trion as part of that Hero is Born 2-pack. So you guys could see them there together. Move that out of the way. And of course, here's another Orion packs, but of course this is a whole different iteration. This is the IDW, I think like Fracture Friendship 2-pack. That's what that is, Orion packs. But again, whole different line and everything. So just want to show them there together. We'll move him out of the way. Here's Ariel. She was also part of a 2-pack that came with Dion or Dion, however you want to pronounce that. And essentially, Ariel here is Elita-1 before she becomes Elita-1. In that one episode, her and Dion get destroyed. When Alpha Trion rebuilds Optimus Prime, then Ariel becomes Elita-1 essentially. So we'll move Ariel out of the way, and then we have Dion, which is just part of that Affirmation 2-pack there, based on the cup mold. Really cool. We'll move him out. We'll bring in Defcon again for the from the G1 continuity. He was a bounty hunter, so I believe he was in one episode there. So there you could see them both together. And then lastly, of course, if you're gonna have Elita-1, you gotta have your Optimus Prime here. So we're gonna have to move these slightly out, but there you go. That's what they look like together in hand. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's gonna do it for me and Elita-1 here. Definitely a cool little figure. As I said, this figure has been out for a couple of years now, so it's pretty old. I actually think I just recently saw this that's on sale for around $15 on Amazon here in the US. So if you can get it for that price, great. I think definitely is worth it at that price point. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much if you made it to the end. If you have any questions, if I missed anything, of course, please feel free to leave a comment. Otherwise, as always, thank you so much for your very valuable time, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care.